apparently I don't have unlimited room here on YouTube. So I'm going to have to make live ones if I want to continue doing this type of thing. That makes me very scared. I'm an actor, but I I was always prepared. Going out and doing something like that, I can't even imagine how that will be. That's very, very scary to me, to go out and broadcast something that I don't know. I don't even know why people would be watching, but to see that. But anyway, so I want to just make maybe a couple quick ones here. I want to talk just a little bit about me. Um, I Another reason that I didn't come out, I had several opportunities, big opportunities, when I was in graduate school, my grad class, and a couple of other graduate school students. We were at a party, and they all said, "Are you gay?" And they were very welcoming, and I said no, and then they accepted that. And I was ready to do it, and then AIDS happened, and I was going to move to Chicago, and my dad called me, and I could hear the fear in his voice. So I told him, and there was nothing to worry about, that wasn't me. And when I got to Chicago, not right away, but I eventually got into minor, small agencies and got some commercial auditions and a few movies auditions. And the agents, not all, but a lot of the male agents were gay, and they were unhappy about being agents and not being out there acting and not getting the auditions themselves. And they were bitchy and often mean. And I saw that, and like I said, I was very cut off somehow. Even though I was in theater, I mean, it wasn't really until I got to, I mean, there were a lot of gay guys, now that I think back of it, or gay guys in college, for the small college that I was in. But when I got to graduate school and I saw open people, open gays, I wished that I could be that. But like I said, I had my reasons, fear being a big one, for not coming out. But when I got to Chicago, these agent people that were really malformed and unhappy and bitchy and mean. I had this one guy, the head or the lead agent was a woman, and she said, "Okay, he's here now, Jamie's here now. I want you to go over and film him doing this." And he said, and the part was a part that either of us could have done. And he was just nasty, 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 nasty. And then he set it up, and it took like 5 minutes too long to get it set up. All I had to do was sit in front of I was ready. I had my lines. I knew what to do. And then he walked away, didn't film it. And I sat there, and eventually the lead agent came in and he said, "Why are you still here?" And I said, "Well, I haven't been filmed yet." She sighed, and she filmed me. So I didn't want people to think that that's what I had, I mean, yes, there were some gay men in my life, and they were great guys, but there were also these turd people. Maybe I knew that I was that way. I look back now, and my first permanent job in Chicago, where I got hired after being a temp for a while, I was putting data into a system about people's time cards that worked at this company, Chicago Grain and Lithograph, or Chicago Lithograph and Grain, I don't remember, something like that. And I was unhappy. I hadn't started really getting out there to go and audition. I had at theaters, and to go. I moved to Chicago to try to get into some movies and TV and things, and I hadn't really started doing that yet. So I was frustrated. I was in a theater company, and I was getting parts that way, but I was frustrated, and I was bitchy, just nasty to. The company bought a smaller company in a southern state, and those women would call up and they were confused about things, and I had to explain things to them. And I was nice at first, but when they called up like the third or fourth time, I was a bitch, just mean. And there was a woman that worked under me, you know, and I just abused her verbally uh, because I was frustrated. So I was no better than they were. I was them. And I didn't see that, you know. There's a lot I didn't look at and see because I was hiding. Well, I'm not hiding now. Here's my rainbow flag. Does that make up for years and years of being a turd? No, but I'm trying.